Hey there, welcome to your This Week in Art video. Today we're going to be talking about your art project. It is a still life painting. This is the only art project you'll have this semester. You will have quizzes and tests, of course, but this is the only art project. The learning objective for this week is that you will learn to use art elements and design principles to create an original still life painting. So this is a still life painting that you see on the right. It looks kind of like a photograph, right? It is hyper realistic. You don't have to paint one hyper realistic. They can range from abstract to hyper realistic and everything in between. So this again is our unit 2. So why paint a still life? So back in the time of Cezanne, they would paint it to hone their skills. They would paint it to practice with composition and perspective and lighting and value. They would also use it to highlight some different techniques that they knew or that they were practicing. And in reality, during the time, it made it less expensive for them than hiring a model or traveling to paint a landscape. Some other valuable parts of it are that you could paint very special items, very sentimental items, family special things that have been passed down for generations, just to document them since they didn't have cameras at the time. What is a still life? Kind of what makes up this particular genre? It depicts inanimate objects, so such as natural or man-made objects, and that are arranged in a visibly pleasing way. You don't want to just put them down there in a line unless that is part of your intent, but you want to arrange them and compose them. They can feature things like food, flowers, games, books, toys, or like we said, symbolic or sentimental items. Though they seem very simple, they're still worthy of the artist's brush or a photographer's lens. And just to summarize it all the way down, a still life depicts things that are still and they don't move. Just keeping it simple, right? We have several things to help you on your semester checklist. With the Still Life project, you'll see several links. And don't worry, I will put all the links in the video notes, so look down, in the notes. So there is an instructions page that also has frequently asked questions. There is a demo video. Ms. Kellogg did a demo video for us, and one option you have is just to follow along with her and paint exactly what she painted. That is absolutely okay. There is a video explanation of the project, and we also have alternate options, and I'll go over more of those in just a second. We know that not all of you are artists. We know that some of you are in this class and you didn't choose it. And we know that some of you may be traveling or in a different place, so you're away from your art supplies. So in that situation, we have 3 options for you. One is an essay, one is a TikTok video, and one is a collage of 6 different still life paintings. If you do the TikTok video, it's going to include 5 facts about still life paintings. Make sure you create that TikTok and that you don't go just find someone else's. Make sure in the essay that they are your words. Make sure you include information on still life paintings and how artists use the elements of art and principles of design to create them. One thing you should know also about the still life paintings is the art teachers do not grade on your ability. We grade on if you followed instructions. So don't be afraid. Don't worry about trying to make this perfect. Just have a little fun with it. That is also a goal, right? Tips for getting the best still life is to pretend like you've never seen this object before. You're going to look at it with new eyes. You want to at first look at the shapes. Like, what shapes do you see? And if you want to pause this video and kind of look at this simple painting on the right and see what shapes that you're seeing. I see at least 3 different ones. Also make sure you have a background of some kind, and it can be incredibly simple, just like this one. So you see that it is on something indicates like a table. That surface, that tan color indicates a table. And then we have a colored wall in the background. So make sure you are dealing with that background, that you're not just leaving it white. Supplies that you will need. So some supplies you might need are a pencil. That is optional. I usually like to draw out my images before I paint. You'll need a paper towel. maybe more than one, right? That is to get extra paint and excess water off of your brush. You need a cup of water. That is to rinse your brush, and you can also use a little bit of water to help make your paint transparent. You'll need a surface to paint on. The school does not send a canvas, unfortunately, and you do not have to buy anything. So I repeat, do not buy anything. You can use things that you have at home. So it could be a paper plate. It could be the back of an envelope. It could be simply a piece of printer paper. It could be cardboard from a box. So I tore this piece off. I like torn edges, so that's why I did that way. And you need some paint, right? Yours are probably in a bottle of some kind or a jar. Um, and you need objects to paint. So again, it can be some of your favorite items. It could be some sentimental family items. You can also paint from a photograph. I like to paint from a photograph because if I don't finish in one sitting, that way I know my view is still the same. Like my eye line didn't change, someone didn't come and move something, which, could happen. Anyway, so you are welcome to paint from a photograph as well. Supplies. I mean, the school should have sent you some paintbrushes. Let's see, you also need paintbrushes. Where did I put those? Yes. So paintbrushes. The school sent you paintbrushes, some paint, and some air dry clay. We won't use clay this semester. If you don't have your supplies yet, I will include a link in the video notes for you to check on that. And that link will also let you check on any school supplies, not just art. So you're done, right? You think you're finished? Here's a little checklist for you. Did you paint the entire background? Did you include at least 3 or more overlapping objects? The overlapping of the objects helps create visual interest. So someone who's looking at your painting looks a little bit longer. Make sure you sign at the bottom, sign in the right-hand corner. Did you incorporate those elements of art and principles of design? So are you using value and line? And a lot of those just come in naturally without even having to think about it. The final project must be a painting, so not a photograph, not digital art if you are choosing the painting option. If you are choosing the essay, TikTok, or collage, then those are self-explanatory. So a few examples of what a still life painting can include. So you can see some food and some toys, some everyday items, shoes, buckets, shovels, flip-flops. In the bottom right, you can see that one is done on water. So your items don't have to be on a table, right? They could be on another surface. We just need a surface indicated. That way it anchors the items down so they're not just floating in the air, right? And I also wanted to show you some student examples of things that we've had turned in the past so you can get an idea of what other students have done. We have a few more there. So you've done it, you're finished. Feels so good to be done. How do you turn it in? So I've got the steps here on the screen. I also have a video that walks you through the steps. So again, that will be linked. You also have these QR codes on some of these slides if that is helpful. Anything that you do must be uploaded here for this project. So if you do the essay, you still upload it here. If you do the painting, if you do the TikTok video, everything goes uploaded here. Make sure you're not trying to email art submissions to us. This is just for fun. This is an interactive still life, and it shows things are kind of toppling over as the frame is moved. I think the first minute of the video, he's showing you how he created the frame. So if that's not of interest, you can scrub past that. If you want to learn a little bit more about shadows and highlights, either before or after you get started, this video is great for that. So it's a little optional enrichment for you. Some reminders. The Unit 1.09 test is past due. The Unit 2 studio painting is due this week. Attention, attention, due this week. It is the only art project you have to turn in this semester, so don't let it take too long because I think the longer you wait, maybe you build stress about it. So just jump in with both feet, have fun, follow instructions, and turn that thing in. Again, there's those options that you can do. Be sure to look at the list of what is accepted. It has to be on that list for it to count as a grade. And with that past due Unit 1 test, I've got a couple of helpful things for you. I've got flashcards and notes. big key, strong emphasis on the notes on the flashcards. Take a look at those before you try it again or before you try it. They're very helpful, I promise. You have 2 attempts. Do your best. If you need another attempt, reach out to your teacher and they will give it to you for sure. You just need to communicate with your teacher about that. Before you ask for that extra attempt, make sure you've looked at those notes, right? Or use those flashcards. And so that wraps it up for us this week. I hope, right, that you'll have a lot of fun. You'll have a good week. We'll see you later.